guys, you're probably here for one of three reasons. One, you saw my TikToks that I made about this and were interested in learning more. Two, you're researching the 17th door because you plan on going. Or three, you are here because you are subscribed to me and are probably a little confused. So let me give you some background information. Hi, my name is Ashley and I love anything horror. I of course love horror movies, shows, books if I have time to read. And then every single year during Halloween time when haunted attractions are open, I spend all of my time there. I live in California, so last year I went to Not Scary Farm a total of 7 times, and then Universal Horror Nights once or twice. So it's like 8 or 9 times at a type of haunted attraction during the month of October, which was like twice a week, and also they're only open like on the weekends. So I would go like Friday and Saturday. I would spend all of my time at these events because they're so much fun to me, but sadly because of COVID this year, I could not go to the normal ones that I go to, and I had heard about the 17th door for the past few years, but I knew it was much more intense than the ones that I was going to. So I was obviously interested in wanting to go, but I was never completely sure until this year I decided that I was going to go for the very first time. The 17th door is a haunted house, I would say, in Fullerton, California. This is its 6th year going, I believe. I could be 1 or 2 years off, but I think it started in 2015. And the premise of this haunted house is that there are 17 doors and 17 rooms. You have to make it through every single one. And every single room has like a different fear inside with a different kind of task you have to complete or thing you have to do. And you can say the word mercy, which means that they will let you like skip that room and you move on to the next one, and you will not have to participate in whatever that fear is. And then you can also get the mercy pendant, which is a little glow necklace that you will wear. It's $5 extra, where you will not be shocked and you will not come into contact with bugs. I did not get that, and I also did not say mercy at any of the rooms. So I went through all, I had the full experience. So me talking about it today, I'm not giving you a modified version, which I'm very proud of myself for doing. But yeah, so let's get started. You have to sign a full waiver to get in. So basically they are not responsible for anything that happens to you. There are a ton of scare actors in there, of course, but they can also touch you. And there is this huge sign outside that basically says that you will come into contact with these things. It says you may be exposed to or come into physical contact with insects, touching, projectiles, electrical shock, claustrophobia, moving floors, fog, lasers, dizziness, loud noises, foul scent, strobe lighting, foul language, water, cameras, moving vehicles, physical restraint, electric shock, suffocation, and saliva. That is a lot, and we have a lot to unpack in this video. I'm just gonna go through my full experience and kind of tell you guys what to expect. Pretty much, I was very nervous going in. I spent hours before going reading all these comments online. I never actually watched the videos on YouTube, people walking through the house. As much as I was nervous, I did not want it to get spoiled for me, so I didn't watch those. I bet you have a ton of questions about everything that I just mentioned. I think I'm just gonna go through. Of course, I'm not gonna tell you about every single one of the 17 rooms. So start with the beginning. So you have to purchase tickets online for whatever size group you have, and you go there. Because of COVID this year, there are many alterations that they've had to make in order to make it fit guidelines, of course. So I would say, honestly, if this is your first year going like me, this is probably the best first year to go because it's a little bit toned down than normal, because of course they can't do everything the exact same. But also, you didn't have to wait in lines because of it, because you show up with your group at your allotted time. You pretty much go right in. You have to wait for a couple things, but when you get there, you're gonna be standing along this like fence line thing, and there are scare actors out there with you, and I think they're fun to talk to. Yeah, so they'll be walking around with you trying to scare you. One of them came up to my group, and we were all wearing white shoes, which he said was a sign that we were never gone before, because we all came in white shoes. And he stepped on all of our shoes. So one of my shoes is now brown, but then they sanitize your hands, put gloves on, sanitize the gloves. Then you obviously have to wear masks and eye goggles. And then you get talked to by the people. You're in character like the whole time, so they're gonna be like screaming at you. And then you start at door number 1, and from there on you go through all 17 doors. I'm not gonna tell you in order what things happen which, but I want to go through the list of everything that was on that big board outside and kind of tell you what each one means. So the first time that I'm going to go through all of the things that you will come in contact with, I'm going to do it very vaguely. So if you are wanting to go and don't want the experience to be spoiled at all, I will not spoil anything. But the second time I will be giving spoilers. So of course at the end of my non-spoiler one, I'll put a timestamp that you're gonna skip to so you will not see the spoilers. The first is insects. There are bugs, there are live bugs, and I'm not sure exactly what type of bugs they are. They are maybe that big. They're pretty big. And they put them down the back of my shirt. I don't know, I'm not that affected by bugs because these are not bugs, obviously, that are gonna harm you. They're not like black widows that they're gonna do anything to you. They're little bugs that freak you out, scare you, but they're not gonna harm you. So yes, there are some bugs. Touching, they can touch you. One of my friends, he had his shirt like fully pulled up and was dragged around by his shirt a bit. They didn't touch me a crazy amount, but they will like kind of push you along and move you, like they'll bump into you and like push you along. Also, one time I was standing and there was this curtain and this guy came out, and I can't really do it right because he was behind me, but his arms came up and went around my neck like this and then pulled back. So that was the most I was touched. Projectiles, you will be shot with these little like foam rubber, they're like hard, they're like squishy. Wait, I actually saved one. These are the exact bullets that you will be shot with. They are this like hard foam. They're not super squishy, but you can squish down on them. I did wear a big sweatshirt and then some decently thick sweats, so it didn't hurt much to me. Of course it stings a little bit, but like, I don't know, something bad. Electrical shock. So yes, you will get shocked. Some of the scare actors do have these little taser sticks that they'll tase you with. I actually got pretty lucky. I never got tased by one of them. Someone in my group did, but I didn't. But the one thing that I did get shocked with was the electric chairs. There are these chairs that you sit in, big metal thing that comes in front of you so you can't leave the chair. They like lock you in. That was painful, but it only lasts a few seconds, so it honestly doesn't even last more than 5 seconds. So it hurts, definitely. I'm not gonna say it doesn't, but you'll be fine. Claustrophobia. So you are put in tight spaces sometimes, so just letting you know. Moving floors. There is this one really cool room. I thought it was probably I don't know if it was my favorite. I don't know if I have a favorite room, but there is one with moving floors and I thought it was super fun the way they did it. I loved it, so there are moving floors. Next is fog. There's gonna be fog in there. Lasers, there are lasers. Dizziness. Oh, after the moving floors room, you feel a little tiny bit dizzy, but nothing bad. Loud noises. Yes, definitely loud noises, that's for sure. Foul scents. Okay. There was some gas sprayed a few times. I don't know if it's supposed to smell bad. To me, it smelled like kind of good, so I didn't smell anything bad. And nobody in my group said it smelled bad either, so I don't know. Strobe lighting. There is some strong strobe lights. Like at Horror Nights, I don't know if any of you have been there, there's this tunnel where you have to go down to like the back lot where the furthest mazes are. You go through this tunnel where there are some strobe lights. That is nothing compared to this. This strobe lights was so strong I could not see. It would go from like pitch black to where I would see absolutely nothing to bright white where all I could see was white because it was so bright. So definitely some strobe lights. Water, yes, I was soaking wet afterwards. Cameras, yeah, there's cameras. Moving vehicles, you may or may not have to get in front of a moving vehicle, so that's all I'm gonna say. Physical restraints, yes, you will. I don't wanna give it away. It's not fun, but yes, there will be physical restraints. You will be really tightly, I'm not gonna give anything away, but same thing as claustrophobia. If that's something that really affects you, you might not wanna go. Electrical shock, I already talked about it, it's listed twice. Suffocation. So past years, there was this big latex like sheet that would come down and pretty much suffocate you for maybe 5 seconds, nothing that's actually gonna cause harm, and it'll get really tight and suck all the air out. Because of COVID, they don't have it this year, so if suffocation is something that really bothers you, you won't have to worry about it this year. And last thing on the list is saliva, also because of COVID, that is not a thing this year. Okay, so now it's time for the spoilers. I'm gonna give spoilers on a few of them. If you do not want to see the spoilers, I'm letting you know right now, please listen to me. Hey, if you're away from your computer, come back. Skip to this timestamp right here. You will skip the spoilers. I do not want anyone to get it spoiled. If they don't want to know, and you cannot get mad at me because I'm giving you so many warnings. Here's a timestamp. Go to this point in the video and you will not hear anything. Okay, time to get started. Insects, honestly, I kind of told you what it is. It's just like a pitch black room with it. Touching, nothing to spoil. Projectiles, okay, this one's kind of fun. So, you know how I said you get shot with these little foam, rubber, whatever things? You have to stand in these little chambers facing backwards and people just shoot at you for a couple minutes. But the fun part is that later on in your experience, you get to be the shooters and you get to shoot the next group. Electrical shock. I kind of explained the electric chairs, but the fun part about it is that it's your whole group sitting there, like nobody that you don't know. It's all people that you came with, and you have to vote which one of your friends is gonna be shocked. So that's fun. Claustrophobia, there are 2 times where you are enclosed alone from everyone in this little box thing. There's one with this giant strobe light, and then there's another time where you are in this little like coffin type thing that lowers you down and you like fall out of it and you fall into this like big blow up thing. Moving floors. This room is super cool. So basically you walk in and there's these couple clowns with you, and it's like a room and ends up rotating. So like the floor becomes the ceiling and the ceiling becomes the floor. It feels so cool. It is very, very fun. So I like that one. Fog, lasers, dizziness, loud noises, foul scent, strobe lighting, those things I can't really spoil. Water. This room was the like bathroom shower room, and I, lucky me, was standing right beneath one of the shower heads, and I didn't realize I was soaking wet. Like my hair was drenched. So yeah, you would get very wet. That's the only time I screamed in the whole thing, I think. Honestly, I think the only time I screamed was when I got wet. Not when anything else happened. It was when the water turned on. Cameras, whatever, moving vehicles. This was one of the very first rooms. Was it room number 1? I don't know, towards the very beginning. And basically you have to kneel down in front of this moving truck and it will come at you fast but stop right before you hit your face. So that's cool. Physical restraints. This is just this big like latex straps that come down and like push you really tight against the wall for a couple minutes. Suffocation don't have, and saliva they don't have it again this year. So those are all the spoilers. Hopefully you skipped to this timestamp and didn't hear anything if you did not want to hear the spoilers. But now that I kind of went through the actual house, I want to give you my full opinion on it right now. It was so much fun. I enjoyed it a lot. However, I did expect it to be worse than it actually was. I do know this is because of COVID. They cannot do what they normally do. I am very excited for next year to go back because I know that it's going to be even more. So I'm very excited for that. I honestly think people online are very dramatic about it. However, I'm also really used to these type of scare attractions. So maybe my opinion is a little biased. I'm more used to it. So if you have not gone, obviously I'm speaking for people in California because this event is in California. If you've not been to Hollywood Horror Nights or Not Scary Farm, this should not be your first place to go. But if you go to those and you're very used to it and you have fun there, definitely should check this place out. I think it's super fun. I also felt very safe with all the COVID precautions they did take. I think it was very, very well done. Honestly, I was pretty nervous from what people were saying online. Even in the video that I posted, so many people are freaking out about it. Like, there's so many people comparing it to McCamey Manor. If you don't know what McCamey Manor is, that's not what this video is about, so you're gonna have to do your own research. But basically, it's this place where they actually torture you. People come out very injured. I think that comparison makes no sense. I think people that are comparing it are people that have never gone, which kind of makes this place sound really bad. It's not. I'm sorry. I know it's more fun to believe it's this crazy thing, which I don't want to. Okay, it is between your normal haunted attractions and McCamey Manor. It is in the middle. Don't necessarily compare it to the little ones at your house, but also don't compare it to McCamey Manor because it is not the same thing. I did not get injured whatsoever. I am perfectly fine. Yeah, everyone's just talking about, like, this comment, I hate when legal torture chambers call themselves haunted houses, but it's really not. Like, it's a show. You're not actually getting injured. Like, they're putting on a show for you. It's like you're living in a horror movie, which I think is so fun. Not that I actually want to be in a position in real life in a horror movie, but obviously I know nothing is going to actually happen to me, so it's fun to me. Of course, I know there are people that have had bad experiences with this that do come out like crying and will never want to go back again. I personally did not get affected that way. I thought it was super fun. I would totally go back and I'm very excited for next year. So I guess it's kind of a case-by-case thing. If you think this is something you can handle and you want to go, then I highly recommend it. If you don't, I'm trying to warn you. This is not something that you probably should do if you are really, really, really questioning it, or if you do, get the mercy pendant because it does help a lot. And remember, you can say the safe word mercy whenever you want and they will let you skip that room. Yeah, that's kind of it. I don't really know what else to say. I think I did a very good job of covering all the questions I've gotten so far, but if you have any more, leave them down below. I think it's about $35 a person. They're open like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But yeah, I loved it so much. I want to be a scare actor at one of these events so badly. I don't know how to do that though, so I gotta look into that. But if I could be a scare actor even for one day, it would be so fun. That would make such a fun YouTube video too. I want to be a scare actor so badly. I've watched so many like Hollywood Horror Nights scare actor auditions videos. I don't know why. It sounds like such a fun job to me. Can I apply next year? Or no, it's definitely too late to apply this year. But that would be so fun to get all the makeup done and then actually be able to be in there for like the whole night scaring people. That sounds like so much fun. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope that I answered your questions well. Let me know if you've been or if you plan on going and your thoughts. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that I helped you out, and I'll see you all in my next video.